which I had time to look at.
This is a trap that a lot of Zaryas, including myself, fall into is using barrier versus Winston damage. On Winston damage gives like no energy, which look 6 energy from that, and again this isn't like your fault. It's because it looks like, oh, someone's getting damaged. This is free energy. I'm gonna bubble whoever Winston's shooting, but I am actively working on not bubbling whoever Winston is shooting unless they're like about to die. Like right here, right? She's full health. She's got her Ana pocketing her. She'll be okay. She doesn't need this barrier. And so again, I'm not saying, shame on you. I'm just saying something all Zaryas can keep in mind is if someone's fighting a Winston and they're pretty healthy, just let them do their thing and because chances are you'll need the bubble elsewhere. If this is like the last fight going on at the end of a fight that's either won or lost, then yeah, go ahead and do this. You'll just get some energy and exit the fight. But in a situation like this, definitely don't need it.
Which the others might be coming from the bottom.
The Winston baited you so hard. He looked at you, and then you shielded. Again, this is just a little bit more discipline with our personal shields. Make sure someone is actually damaging you before you use that personal shield. Now, again, I am not perfect. If you watch some of my most recent gameplay, I made this same mistake multiple times, and I called it out. I think in those games, I'm like, wow, I shouldn't have done that. There was no spam on my screen. So, as much as I'm critical of myself, I'm also going to be critical of you. Make sure that they are shooting at you before you use your personal shield. What are these reloads? Okay. This 48 reload is alright because Winston's exiting the fight and we can't shoot him through the bubble. I'm fine with that reload. It's this reload that's weird. 55 ammo. And look at all these targets. There's a couple over here. There's some over there. And then we reloaded. Like, we fell down and we couldn't shoot at anyone because we were reloading. And, like, there's a Hanzo with his back to us. This is a great bubble, by the way, because Hanzo is actively shooting at Ana, who is under half. So that's a good bubble there. Now, a quick tip. For characters like Hanzo and Widowmaker, those are the best characters, and McCree. Those three are like some of the best characters to use grenades against because it throws off their aim from the knockback.
Alright, the Ryan is down, so hopefully that's that push done. Get that Genji.
Again, so you're falling into this really bad habit where the instant the enemy Zarya pops bubble, you just reload. Like right here, when she popped this bubble, you don't have to shoot her, which is a decent decision. There's pros and cons of shooting her versus not shooting her. You could pop her bubble and focus her down faster, or you could just ignore her. But you definitely don't need to reload. You saw / heard the Zenyatta just kind of whizzing orbs at you, right? There it is. There, we just hear him winging by our Zarya player, and then we see him right here. We see the enemy Zenyatta right here, all by his lonesome. So right when the Zarya pops shield, if your tendency is to leave her alone, that's fine, but don't reload. You could just walk right past the Zarya and just obliterate that Zen. He has no mobility. You don't have personal shield, so it will be a bit of a close duel, and you're at 200 HP. But every time you do this, it's 1.5 seconds. You're just not, like right now, you're just not contributing anything. Again, and then again, you see a bubble onto Genji, and then you reload again. So now it's been 3 seconds. You haven't done anything, and look what happened, right? You just all died. And this is why I was saying it's kind of situational. Do you leave the Zarya alone, or do you pop her bubble? In this case, I would have kept shooting her to pop her shield, and then we could have killed her because she just went and killed everybody. And I know that's a bit of hindsight. I definitely admit that me saying to pop her bubble is influenced by the fact that she did kill everyone, but it's a choice that you really have to make and commit to in game a lot faster and just live with the outcome. Like if we pop her shield and feed her energy and then she kills us all, you know, someone's gonna say, "Wow, we shouldn't have shot her. She got a bunch of energy and killed us all." Then on the flip side, you know, if you don't shoot her and then she kills you all, it's like, "Wow, we should have popped that bubble. Because she killed us all." So again, you just have to, you know, make a decision, commit to it. And while you are committing to not shooting her, don't just sit there and do nothing because, oops, right when you reload, I don't think you do anything with the rest of this fight and everyone dies, right? It's 12:18 down here.
Oh shit. Alright.
And it's 6 seconds. We just spent 6 seconds doing absolutely nothing because we're constantly reloading. Alright, there's Roadhog. Roadhog, Winston. Okay, here's Zarya.
I can't win Genji. In fact, you're his. Yeah, I'll just win. Jumping onto you is. Winston did last time was he jumped straight up there with the Genji. And if he tries that again, jumping onto you is not going to be a fun time for him. Yeah, Mer's junk. Junk, you gotta be close, man. Don't be afraid.
I mean, I know what you were going for with this bubble here, but again, just take the extra 1 second to really analyze the situation. If you had waited like the 1 second, you'd see that Winston flubbed his jump, and you wouldn't have to use this bubble. And again, that is a bit of hindsight, but that's where, you know, saying it now hopefully will translate into a future game. You know, make sure you have a full understanding of the situation before you toss that bubble. Like, Winston jumps, if he lands, then I'm going to put the bubble down. Well, I personally, again, going back to what we said before, I wouldn't do it because Winston damage is pretty weak on shields, and Soldier himself, he has a self-heal, so a couple of reasons not to do that bubble, but while we are still in that mindset of bubbling Winston's target, make sure he lands the jump and then toss the bubble. Again, with all these reloads, 57 ammo reload, there are 3 targets right in front of us. That's all I'm gonna say about it. Okay, again, Zarya popped the bubble. The habit to reload comes in. There's a Genji right here. That's all I'm gonna say about that too. I feel like I've mentioned it enough times. I don't need to keep going into it. Good job using basically your whole magazine. Good job bubbling your Rhine, right? Zarya was trying to rotate through the shield and kill your weak Rhine. We see his health, we see he's weak, so this is a great bubble. It's going to deter her from pursuing this further.
Zarya low. Up here to the...
This reload, this is an example of a perfect reload that you have right here.
Zarya low.
They exited your vision. You have a second or two to turn this corner. This is the perfect moment to reload, and you do just that.
Up here to them low.
Again, this is why you did eventually use a grenade, but I would just recommend them just a little bit more, especially right here. Look at this little corridor. They have walls everywhere. Like, this is Grenade City. You can damage both of them with grenades instead of just one of them with beam.
Zarya low. Up here to them low.
And then right here, just grenade the ceiling right here. He'll take the damage, or he's gonna fall, right? Just grenade the floor. This makes it that much easier to kill targets like Hanzo. Again, you know, just make sure they are shooting you before you use this personal shield. Here, Winston jumped on us, but he hasn't even shot at us yet, and we're using our personal shield. Just a little, you just have to clean that up, you know, pretty consistently. It happened quite a few times.
I'm back here with Monkey.
And see, now that Winston can make an intelligent decision to not shoot you, to not give you the energy, and you've been sitting here with 4 energy because of all your really preemptive bubbles, it gives the enemy team time to react, time to not give you the energy.
Genji's up top.
See, like that? That was a good bubble on Mercy.
Monkey.
You fall down, she flies up. We see Genji dash. Now look, right? Look at what's the situation. There's Mercy, there's Genji. Of course this Genji is going to shoot Mercy, so this is a great bubble.
Genji's up top.
And the fact that he has already dashed into her and is throwing shurikens at her.
Genji low.
By the way, this is another example of a good time to grenade. He is super weak, and he jumped in the air right there. Look at his health, super weak. He's in the air. He has to fall down at some point.
Genji low.
If you time it just right, he won't be able to reflect it, and you can kill him with a grenade.
Genji low.
But now he's gonna get away. Unfortunately.
Genji low, Genji low, Genji low.
Where was your personal shield here? Again, a little early on the personal shield. You're already standing behind Reinhardt's shield. So the only person that's going to shoot at you is Genji. But wait for him to hit you, you know, lose some HP before you commit to using your shield.
Genji low, Genji low, Genji low.
Because all this spam right here, when they are actually shooting you, this would have been a beautiful time to shield. Then you'll get a bunch of energy. What was your reload, by the way?
Genji low, Genji low, Genji low.
Okay, 0. Perfect. Again, you kind of did this weird 180 thing again. You have 75 ammo, you 180, and you walk into this cubby. Like, if you just learn to look this way and back up and strafe, that way you can still shoot at them. You can still charge some ultimate. You can still use your ammo efficiently. But you keep 180ing and then running away from them while you still have ammo that you could be dishing out.
Watch out, Genji up top, Genji up top.
What is happening here? We're just kind of at a loss for what to do because there's no one like in our line of sight. So I think we're just looking around, and then finally we see the Genji does commit, but he just comes back up, which is fine. Now that we've reloaded, you know, we saw the Lucio right here. I mean, please tell me you saw that. Oh, wow. Right there. Lucio ran right in front of us right here. Now, you have Lucio, Zarya, and Genji, I believe, are your 3 choices. Based on previous fights, this Zarya is a bit of a problem. She has been doing such a good job of keeping you guys in check. Now, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 allies surrounding this Zarya. This is like your communication has been really good. You just need to now realize that the Zarya is the problem. Like Lucio, he's just gonna kind of passively heal and do his thing, not really a threat. Genji, he's pretty, or I'm sorry, this is Genji actually up here. I have no idea who that is then. Genji has been pretty mobile. He's hard to lock down, but your whole team is in a position to collapse on this Zarya. And since she has been a problem, you know, I think this is the right play. Guys, Zarya's out of position. Focus her down. Focus her down. Who is that over here? It's a Hanzo, by the way. That's a Hanzo. So we have Hanzo, Lucio's over here. Yeah, so there are 5 enemies around. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 5 allies. So, like I said, Genji's hard to lock down. You know, maybe Soldier can kill Hanzo by himself, but you running all the way over here to Hanzo just isn't really feasible because, like I said, there are 2 enemies right here. And between these 2, you either kill Zarya, especially because her bubble is about to expire and you're going to have yours, so this gives you an advantage in this 1v1. Or you could walk past her and maybe go for the Zen, but I think you got to really kill the Zarya. Hopefully Mercy will realize what you're doing and heal you. You've got a personal shield, but that's the right play in my opinion. You're still doing that thing where you're reloading the moment you see Zarya bubble. Yeah, you reloaded right here, but like you had 90 ammo. Just wait out the Zarya. Like I feel like you could just either shoot the Zarya bubble or just wait it out.
Zarya low.
Oh. That was a good sound barrier to negate the Dragon Blade. Also, look, this is perfect, right? You're a tempered aggression. You pressure the Zarya, who has no bubble, who only has Zen healing. And with your personal shield and your advantage, you get the energy from these 2, and you're able to push them both out of the fight. And now Genji is by himself. Your Lucio gets a great sound barrier off. This reload is fine because you were exiting the fight with Zarya and re-entering a fight with Genji. Again, utilize jumping as a way, like right there, I would have like hit a grenade right here because like he's hard to track in the air. That's just the nature of Genji. He just has crazy air control, but when he's up in the air, he has to fall down. And so right there was just an opportunity to use a grenade.
They've switched the Winston. Zarya,
Again with
switch to Winston.
the reloading, like we had 50 ammo. I would have just so this is where Zarya 1v1 mechanics come into play, okay? So if you shoot her, you're gonna give her energy. And if you don't shoot her, she just gets to free shoot however this is for 2 seconds. Now, you have 51 ammo. What I would do is shoot her to weaken her bubble, get her attention, and then when she shoots at me, expend the rest of whatever ammo I have left on her, then pop my own shield, so now she's giving me energy. I'm going to have 100 ammo, and then I'm just going to obliterate her. The other thing I would do is, as she enters this little corridor, is use grenades. This is just splash damage city. We have 50 energy. Our grenades are going to be doing about 70 damage. She's at 400 HP, so even just 3 grenades is going to bring her to half. So, you use your bubble. I think you did you... Oh, when was your reload? Because I know you reloaded. Okay, there's your reload. The thing is, you reloaded and shielded at the same time. So while you're protecting yourself during your reload, your barrier is not actually enabling you to do anything because you're stuck reloading, right? You reload, she turns on you, and you barrier. I would have just let her hit me a little bit, give her that false sense of confidence. And then once I'm sitting here with the 100 ammo, then use my barrier and just get 2 seconds of uncontested invulnerability to crush her HP pool while she continues to feed me energy. Because look, you barriered so early, she was able to react and not give you energy. You went from 35 to 50. You only got 15 damage, but if you let her damage you a bit, maybe she'll think, oh, her barrier is down. So you can... get her to really commit to you, and then you surprise her with your own barrier. You surprise her with 100 ammo, and then on top of that, you've had 150 ammo in this fight, where she's only had 100. Because look, I'm just gonna assume, maybe incorrectly, that she used her whole magazine, and then she's forced to reload. Or no, maybe not. I think she runs away and reloads. But the point is, she shoots you and then gets a reload off. Versus, I don't think you had the same luxury. You stop shooting her instantly, and then you reload. So between the two of you, she is going to dish out more damage, like on paper, to you than you did to her, just because she used more ammo.
Zarya.
Again, I'm just gonna mention it one more time. Is just look at all these grenades we could have had. Like a grenade right here might have like knocked her off or knocked her away from the doorway. Just a couple things like that. YeDD666, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Again, look at all these grenades. All these grenades. Like, she's making it so easy to just beam her down. There you go, finally. One more grenade to finish it off. Alright, that's okay.
Zarya's down.
But you took out one of their biggest threats, because that Zarya's been a problem, so that's good there. Oh man, you grabbed and the Genji reflected it. Alright, let's really look at this. Okay, so again, this reload is perfect. I have ult, Zarya's down. This is a great bubble on your Reinhardt. I've said it in previous VOD reviews that when you re-enter a fight, either coming back from spawn or you've just been separated and you're re-entering, assess the situation before you barrier. And I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt that right here, we saw with our eyes, our Reinhardt took a bunch of damage. He took about 200 damage. We see that he is weak. He is in the center of multiple enemies. And so this is a great barrier on him to both protect him and give us energy. Now, let's look at this grab. We see these two that we want to grab. This is the grab that we're looking for. And I'm just going to, give props to this enemy Genji that he makes a great heads up play. He sees us and he starts reflecting. I'm pretty sure this Genji is, knows what's up, right? This Genji, he reflects it right into our face. So this isn't your fault. Well, it is a little bit. You just have to be, especially since the enemy team has had Genji the whole time. You need to, be aware of his reflect. Definitely. Like, guys, does Genji reflect? Is Genji reflect? Let's say no one answers, then just assume he has it, right? And if you had just waited like 1 second, this Genji's gonna reflect, and you'll know that he's reflecting. You can just wait for the reflect to end, and then grab, all 3 of them, and then Genji will probably just dash out. But, this is both a great heads-up play from the enemy Genji and a minor mistake from our Zarya. It's, especially versus Diva versus Genji, two heroes that can really, screw up our graviton with either reflect or defense matrix. Always try and either A, bait out their ability, or B, visually confirm that they did use it so that stuff like this does not happen. Man, that is so unfortunate. Did they win the fight off of that? It looks like they did.
Deflected it, but no one got caught in it, so it's all good.
He said no one got pulled in, but I'm pretty sure these 3 people got pulled in. There's just 3 skulls right here, so.
I stole as long as I could. Come on. Soldier, stole, soldier.
Where's the Mercy?
Fuck.
What? Oh, she's still walking back.
Just do it. Yeah, we didn't have the time. Soldier, you. Just do it. Soldier, stole, soldier. I stole.
Oh, the soldier got scattered. That was really unfortunate.
I stole as long as I could. Come on. Soldier.
Yeah, there's not. I mean, yeah, if Soldier had maybe like gone on here and just like run in circles, that probably would have been the best thing for him to do instead of like 1v1 Hanzo.
Soldier.
That's unfortunate. I think, so oops, let's not just leave you guys with a white screen. So what are some final thoughts? You have a bit of a reload issue. I definitely try and get that cleaned up. We saw lots of reloading when I think it wasn't ideal. I mentioned it each time it happened in the VOD, so just go back and see then. Don't reload right in front of enemies. Make sure you're using your whole magazine, stuff like that. For barriers, you were playing a little bit too passive on your attack at some points. You definitely want to utilize those poke phases to keep your energy up as Zarya. However, it can backfire. Like I said, you just there's that fine line between being aggressive enough to get energy and being passive enough where you don't die. Like I think I posted a video this week on Monday where it was like a single King's Row game that I played, and in my own commentary in that game of myself, I was doing really, really, really well, but there was just one mistake I made where I went too far trying to get energy, and it was both a mistake I made and a little bit of a misplay from my allied Reinhardt, and I ended up dying and almost lost us that point. So again, it's just a fine line. You just try and hone in on it a little bit more. Projected barrier usage was decent. It wasn't great. You definitely had a few protected barriers where I want to say like the game sense is lacking on when you might use it. There were a couple times you used your projected barrier over your personal shield to try and farm energy. That's a definite mistake. If you have the 2 up and you just want energy, start with your personal shield always, and to really only use your projected barrier to farm energy in dedicated poke phases where you can, with a high confidence know that the enemy team is not going to engage you after you've used that projected barrier. In terms of gravitons, your communication is really good. Calling out enemy positions, looking at your teammates' ultimates, looking at what combos you want. You had that really, really nice graviton on your attack on that cluster when you guys went over the top. Just like I said then, just make sure you are aware of the Mercy. Besides that, your gravitons are really good. You rotated around them what I think was proper, as well as used both your beam and your grenade to try and do maximum DPS. Just make sure once you catch a couple members in graviton, you're not sure if the team is going to follow up. I'm talking specifically about that second graviton you had on attack where you caught Mercy, Anna, and I think Zarya. If your team isn't ready for it and the follow-up's not there, just make sure you commit to one person and quickly. You have to like this is, it just has to happen so quickly in your head. You have to evaluate if I can only kill one person because you only had 50 ammo, who should it be? And like I said, Mercy's value is diminished because her res is down. Zarya bubbled herself, so the next option was Anna. Really, she's got sleep, she's got those grenades, she might have still had nano boost. We don't know. So just you gotta make those lightning fast decisions and then commit to that target inside your graviton. Overall, this is a good Zarya gameplay. I just think the foundation needs a bit of work, and then in the future, if you like another review is done of your gameplay, we can really dive into the specifics. Oh, definitely use grenades more, by the way. There was so many opportunities to just get the splash damage, knock around people's aim. just secure kills, and you really prefer beam, which beam is really strong. Don't get me wrong, beam is great, but grenade is just as powerful, if not more useful. Definitely learn your beam ranges. I remember that phase now at point 2 attack, where you were just shooting beam at everyone out of range. So, know when they're out of range and just commit to using grenades in those segments. So that's going to be it for this review, guys. Thanks everyone for watching. I hope it was helpful. If you want to see more of these reviews, I do them live on Twitch. So that just link will be in the description below. I do them on usually at 1 p.m. Eastern, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. If you want to see all the old VOD reviews I've done, my own competitive gameplay, and maybe some Zarya guides, check out my YouTube channel. That will also be in the description or below the channel. And if you want to get updates on when I am streaming or when new videos come up, check out my Twitter. I try to keep it pretty professional. Thanks for watching, and everyone have a good day. Thanks for sticking around till the end of the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button on the right hand side, and if you want to see more videos, check out these two on the left. Again, thank you so much for watching, and have a good one.